lesson, I'm going to show you step by step on how to wrap your hands for boxing training and amateur boxing. Purchase fabric hand wraps from any sports store or combat store. They've pretty much got zero stretch in them to give you hand stability. You can buy them in various colours, the colour of them doesn't matter. I'll go ahead and show you step by step on how to wrap the hands. One of the main reasons to wrap hands is for bracing of the hand and support of the wrist and knuckles. You can add knuckle padding underneath if you like, but that's for the more advanced fighters that punch a bit harder. But for beginners, I'll go through step by step on how I wrap hands. Now, other trainers may wrap hands differently, and there's not really a right or wrong way of doing it, but this is the way that I do it, and this is what works for me and my fighters. Okay, now most wraps that you purchase like this will come with a loop on the end of it. Now that loop there goes over the thumb, like so. Now I like to go away from the thumb when I wrap hands. Some people like to go the other way, but I like to go this way, and I'll show you why. So I start off with 3 loops around the wrist. 1, 2, 3. So now to this point we've got 3 wraps around the wrist. So now see, I've gone away from the thumb because now this brings me to this point here where I can go over the thumb and then back around the wrist to that point. So now we've got bracing on the wrist and bracing on the thumb. So from this point we're now going to go across the hand. We're now going to go on the diagonal across the hand to give support, extra support to the wrist and the bones that run across the top of the hand. So now we go once around, covering the knuckle of the little finger, and then we come under all the knuckles. See how I'm holding it in place there so it doesn't slide back up the hand like such. So you go there, hold it there, come back under the knuckles to the knuckle of the forefinger, over the knuckles, one more time, come under the knuckles. So from this point we're going to go back on that diagonal, covering the diagonal line there, giving extra support for the wrist and the metacarpals that run up the hand. Okay, so back up on that diagonal, once around the wrist from there, twice around to that point. Now we're going to go around the thumb one more time to give it extra support, and then we're going to go back around so now from this point we come back on the diagonal and we start through the finger. Now this gives support to the wrap over the knuckles, but also support in between the knuckles to help stop them from shifting side to side. So we go again from that point there, thumb there, give it a bit of a twist, come inside the knuckle there, of the between the pinky and the ring finger. So now that we've gone in between the pinky finger and the ring finger, some people like to bring it back up this way and go back around the wrist, which is not wrong, but personally I like to come, so it's come through the finger there, I like to come back around over the first knuckle, back around the knuckles again, and then up on the diagonal back to that point there. Repeat the process, but now we go between the ring finger and the middle finger. So we go, line it up to there, keeping it sturdy up this end with your thumb, give it a twist in between those 2 fingers, the ring finger and the middle finger. So now we've gone through the finger, repeat the process again, come back around over the first knuckle, around all of the knuckles, and then I go back up on the diagonal like such, back to that point again. Now by going through the knuckles and bringing it back around, then back on the diagonal gives extra support for the wrist and the support in between the knuckles to help stop them from moving side to side at the point of contact on the bag or on your opponent's face. Okay, so now we're back at this point again. We're going to come through the first finger and the middle finger, holding it in place with your thumb there. Give it a twist. Go through those two fingers, but this time we're going to come back around that way, back to the pinky finger. Wrap it over all the knuckles once again, and then back up on that diagonal, and this time we end up outside of the hand. So from this point we go back around the wrist one more time, diagonal, back over the knuckles one more time, diagonal, back up the wrist, and then just finish the wrap off at the top of the wrist, giving it that last bit of support. Finish off with the Velcro. Done. I like to turn the hand over and just pull that down to create a bit of a bar. Pull that up off the palm of the hand. So now we've got the bracing around the wrist, around the thumb, around the knuckles, around the top of the hand. You see he's got a bar there for his fingers to hold. And now we've got a wrap ready for training or amateur boxing.